in that sense, and it still is a group decision. Reese. Yeah, because if you still like no, then I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm just saying.
It was a loud no.
Not from everybody, from you. It's a very loud
just
no
don't
from
have
you.
The facilities, that's a no. So you heard no and you're being hard
He
is.
compromised with it.
No, he said we don't have the facilities.
They're one person.
One person's still one person. We just said that. We said we can't have more than one person. We said this. You have selective hearing.
Let me sip my vitamin water. I haven't got time for this.
This is what happens on our pod every time.
This is episode 85 of the Differentstrokespodcast. Postcodes?
Okay, babe.
Podcast with myself, Real Talk Reese. To my left, we have the one and only
Mr. Ooh.
fresh from Paint and Sip to his left.
Fuck's sake, you have the one and only.
Oh, that was you.
That was his little shit comment. Oh. It's okay. We move.
Paint and suck, more like.
That's really nasty.
Across from me, shoulders Corleone.
It's nasty.
Done though.
Right.
Ain't no one taking me out.
The book.
I don't know how many were in there, but you know what? It's all yours.
Book of. How you doing, sir?
I've done two.
Book of. Oh, how you doing?
The
life of the Book of.
I'm doing okay. Oh, feeling good. Feeling really, 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 really good. Why? Because we finally have a release date.
And it's half term.
22nd
And it's half term.
February. And it's half term coming up.
Yep.
Gonna be getting some work in. Got some stuff to do.
Good.
K and Paint. How you doing? It's like Keen and Peele, but K and Paint.
Suck and paint.
That's not that is not my name.
Sip and suck.
I'm alright.
Suck and sip.
Sip it. Wait, that's a different event. That's a different event. According to Burner Twitter, that's a different event.
I'm feeling
I think that's the same event that Nelly went to as well.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I
we can talk
walked
about
out of my
that.
job, 2 weeks ago?
Shush.
about that.
Shush. Continue.
Wait, was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks.
I'll add
it's
that
free.
to the list.
Technically it's 3 weeks, but 2 weeks after walking out of my job, I walked into a new one. I didn't even say this last week.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
It's quick, innit?
Yeah. You went fast.
Yeah. You don't really just know your worth, that kind of thing.
Okay. Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. Coming off, I was a guest on my friend's podcast.
Oh, no, I watched it.
Just Create. That was fine because that was really good. I enjoyed it because obviously talking about my photography journey and just little tricks and little things that I've learnt on my way, which was really fun. And I went to West Croydon. Oh, jeez.
It's not my area. I don't care.
Country.
Yeah, that was country.
It's not my area. I don't care.
Conch.
Like West Croydon or East Croydon?
West.
Don't West Croydon look like old Jamaica?
With the trams.
No. Doesn't it look like old Jamaica? Looks slummy, innit?
Slummy as hell.
I said, I'm so sorry.
If you go to East Croydon, you see the difference. You'll be like, what?
No, I've been East Croydon.
You see the difference?
Yeah, big difference.
Come like poverty and privilege.
I don't think I've ever been
But
to
also, I
West
wanted to say,
Croydon
I listened to your guest one where you talked about Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun.
Let's go. Oh,
Why did I not
That
see
was
this?
fun.
that was a lot.
Why did I not see this?
That.
Wait, what?
Well,
A couple of weeks ago.
yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Did you post this?
Yeah,
I did not see this.
yeah, I did.
Why did you not put in a group?
It was the
Wait, Nigel Powers. Why did you not put in a group?
Just call me Nigel Powers.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh no.
That's real funny. That's really cold. That's really coldly funny.
But no. How are you, Reese?
I'm alright, man. I'm cool.
Great episode. Yeah. Shout out to That's My Tune podcast. That's what I was on.
I like the idea of that
It's
podcast.
nice
as
to
well.
She was just like, look, let's just talk about a song that I know that you like. She was like, let's go crazy. I went, ooh.
But you went deep into the history of it, which I loved.
I'm a nerd,
Did you prep before?
I'm a nerd.
Would you prep before? Oh, that's it then, yeah.
So it was just general knowledge of your knowledge and your appreciation of a song, and you just end up talking about it, and it just goes off into different things. So
I want to, send that to me as well. I want to start this episode off on F-Rees. So in a week of F-Rees in which you've seen
the clip.
cat kicking, sex tapes, and the rest. I'm not going.
Isn't that funny? The fact that after our last episode where we talked about would you rather have a beatdown? And then about 3 sex tapes now have been released.
Nigerian
there was
artist,
a beatdown.
TDE rapper, Nelly's, and I think someone else is.
Yeah,
Little
Nelly
Fizz.
Sip and Suck.
Little Fizz.
Oh yeah, I didn't see
Little Fizz?
It was
Yeah.
four, that's three. I
Not
didn't see
been in
Little
the
Fizz.
Little Fizz.
But my
I can't call a grown man Little Fizz. Like, it just sounds weird.
Fizz.
That's his name that we
Fizz.
know him as.
So the F3s is
We have
neither
a guy
one
called
any of
Da
those things.
Baby.
F3s I wanted to talk to you lot about is Tinder Swindler.
Oh, boy.
I wanted to.
Oh boy.
You know what?
Have-
You're taking the words right out of my mouth because I wanted to bring it up. So
Have
just watch it last
not
night.
seen it yet.
But you've heard about it, right?
I'm sorry,
Heard about
but
it.
it's about to be ruined.
I guess I'm not gonna watch it then.
No, please.
No,
you
watch
should
it, watch
watch
it.
Watch it.
Watch
Oh,
it.
no, if
Do you
it's
know what
ruined,
though?
I
I
don't-
think you can talk about certain things without it ruining.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's not a show.
It's not like something where it's going to be a spoiler because I was talking about it in one of my group chats and some had seen it and some hadn't, and people talking about it before I'd seen it. And when I watched it, I was like, no, it's not. Sorry, it's not ruining it.
15 episodes and still don't know how
Oh,
to
for
talk to a mic.
fuck's sake! Fuck me gently.
She knew how to work another mic though.
All I need is one mic, one beat, one song.
So as I was saying, yeah, I think we can still discuss
That was unnecessary, by the way.
Things.
That was unnecessary.
without it ruining it. for
Sip
you.
and paint, mic talk.
You can forget.
So,
Get what?
You can forget about our deal now.
That just sounds so wrong.
hey, yo.
No, baby.
Wait, what? So, I'm going to go first, yeah? Because I remember when it first came out, people said, yeah, that you can't blame... What do they call it?
Can't blame the man, damn.
No, not that. You can't
Blame-
blame the women. I can't... What do you call it?
Victims.
Victim shaming. Can't call it victim shaming, yeah? I watched that show, yeah?
Dumb enough to give him peas.
No, I watched that
Nice.
show, yeah, and I know naturally I'm a cynical person, yeah, and it proved my point, yeah, that I say societally a lot of women will see red flags and keep walking forward.
This is why
Yeah.
I don't
So
call them victims. I'm sorry.
They were blinded by the luxury so-called life.
if I look
You
at
were
the
blinded by
if I look
love
at the
and
three if I look at the
any of
three
that
women
either.
because there was multiple women, three women that I concentrated on
Yeah.
in order. The final woman practiced more levels of common sense because she was with him more.
Yeah.
yeah?
Yes.
The middle woman, I can understand why she got swindled because they had a general friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first woman to me is a fucking idiot.
She is.
Right, yeah? Because before I even break this down, yeah, the first thought I was thinking was when man's talking to me about the enemies are after me, the enemies are after me, the enemies are the government and the countries in which you're swindling women. But that's not the bit that makes me laugh. You
funny.
are saying you're the son of a diamond billionaire, yeah?
Yep.
Net worth 5 billion M's. Yeah.
What he was saying just did not add
Yeah.
up.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part. Yeah. You're telling me this is the first thing I noticed here before I even get to the first woman. You're telling me, yeah, that people asked you security protocol, whatever. There's a security leak. My guy, you are using WhatsApp and sending the woman your location. Of course, there's a security leak. I need money to get to X, Y, and Z. You're a billionaire. Would you not be taking PJs?
It's not even
Right,
that.
yeah. My first
so
and my
dumb.
personal favorite part. You are a billionaire. Would it have not made more sense to ask your daddy for money? Why are you
Right.
still out here in public saying, "Man, I'm gonna ask you doing up lavish lifestyle"? I would be in a bunker hiding from man.
And you wouldn't, like, fair enough, yeah, that's your girlfriend, whatever. She's still a stranger to you, bro, because you what? You,
No.
She's a stranger. Like, it
But
don't,
Which
it don't make any sense.
which one of the women was the one that got beaten up?
The Swedish,
Because one of them got beaten up, right?
Ain't that is it the model one?
I can't remember which one it was.
I don't think any of.
I can't remember which one. I just
she
called
said
it,
that someone was
I
following
called
her
them the
and stuff
European Charlie's Angels, the way they tried to unite,
Oh,
bruv.
I don't know if she got beat up, but it was the one that was the friend. It was the second woman. But I don't know if she got beaten up, but she was
She did
saying,
she got attacked. She got
got
attacked.
attacked.
she was saying people followed me.
Yeah, she got attacked.
Was it attacked?
Was
she
that
got
to do with him then?
I don't know. So then, my issue was,
Something that
yeah,
he set up.
when I talk about practicing common sense, right, yeah, because everyone's like, oh, you know that people just can kind of get lost. I said, you were speaking to man online, so you didn't know him from Adam, yeah? The fact I found it funny that she still went on Tinder and some girl said to me, oh, yeah, but it wasn't Tinder that done that. You're not practicing common sense.
It's not
'Cause
Tinder.
what it does, no, because I said, on common sense, why would a billionaire be on Tinder? Right, yeah, she was like, oh, yeah, but there's hella rich people on there. A billionaire. Why is a billionaire, family-wise, when you have that type of money, yeah, your family naturally want you to be around people who are in the same
circle.
Yeah.
circle. You wouldn't want you dating commoners. I know it can happen, but this ain't Romeo and Juliet. It's not happening, bruv. So What made me laugh was
Commoners.
That is what it's like.
To a billionaire, yeah.
That's like saying
No, I don't even.
that's like literally saying any of these celebrities now in this day and age are going to be on Tinder. I don't think so. It's not,
Rihanna, Kim Kardashian on Tinder. You're mad.
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would they?
So then, this is the bit that made me laugh. The first woman, yeah, you speaking to my man. My man said, I'm in a hole. Oh, yeah, I thought he was handsome. Babes, you saw drip and lifestyle.
Yeah, she did.
We're not going to do that.
She did.
I don't care. No one says, you saw drip and lifestyle, yeah, and thought, oh my God, how could it be like me? Listen, you see, if it was a woman who's the daughter of, the daughter of the guy who owns Arcadia Group, who's on Topshop and them lot.
Yeah.
I think she got married to the prisoner, that the pretty boy that became model,
yeah.
If that woman approached me, I'm looking for cameras. In my mind, I'm thinking, what is the catch? I'm cynical. What's going on? Right, yeah? Because nothing in life comes for free. There's always a catch. Right, yeah? I like to know that I'm very, very comfortable. Oh, wow, Arsenal winning. I like to know I'm very, very comfortable, yeah, to know before, okay, cool, if everything is correct. So you met man. Oh, this is the funny part, yeah? You met man in a hotel. Man saying, I'm going to fly out tomorrow morning, X, Y, Z, and the rest of that. Met man in a hotel for a coffee date, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. They kicked it off.
That's a cheap date, by the way.
He's very charming, but it's a 5-star hotel.
Quick meet.
Yeah, so that drinks, whatever, yeah?
Yeah,
5-star hotel, man's doing up lavish lifestyle, garms, all the rest of that stuff. You got wooed, fine. Right, yeah? He was like, oh, I don't want it to end, the rest of that stuff. Send me your passport details, you can follow me to I can't remember where they went.
Never sending a man I've just met my fucking passport details.
You've already,
billionaire
what
or
he's
not.
done is he's asking questions. Like, this is how people bang fraud on people anyway, yeah? Because you don't practice.
Woman, boy.
It's stupid.
But then Pretty Woman had nothing. It's not like this woman had nothing.
Pretty Woman is not a real life.
Also, the thing that made me laugh was, yeah,
She's
also the thing that made me laugh, but even continue with that point, yeah, and I ask you guys' opinion on this. You took out next day payday loans. You don't have this money in the first place.
Stop it. This is what I'm saying.
You don't have the money
and
in
I
the first
didn't
place
get, I think,
to be giving up money.
To give to the person.
I think it was Grace Adjulori. She put on her Instagram something like, oh, like she was saying a piece about never take out a loan for any guy. And I was like, why is she saying? Then I realised never ever, if I'm going to think myself, that I'm really down in the dirt, I'm going to take out 2, 3, 4, 9 odd payday loans for me, let alone for someone else.
That's not even the main reason why I think she's a speng.
No, she's dumb
No, but that's not the reason why I think the first girl's a
me.
speng. Right, yeah? Let's be clear. You barely knew this man, yeah? Oh, in the space of 11 hours. 11 hours,
why are
yeah?
you taking
You
out
were already,
the loan
no, forget
anyway?
that. In the space of 11 hours, you were already on a flight with man to another country. But I'm going to add in the middle parts that you're not aware of, yeah? She told her friend's like, I don't think this is the most safe thing to do. She messaged back YOLO as a grown woman. A grown, pardon my language, pussy clock woman.
She said YOLO.
Pussy woman. She told me YOLO. Yeah?
But so that's just dumb.
Wait. To add on to that,
dumb.
when she went onto the flight with him, she packed quickly and went. She got on a PJ, right, yeah, probably private jet, with some woman and a little girl who happened to be man's daughter. So in her brain, she's thinking...
Or baby mum, mother of his child.
Yeah, in her brain, she's thinking, oh my God, how very progressive. This is tact. What are you doing?
What are you doing there? What is she doing there?
And then when she said she had to go, she didn't want to. You already now don't want to go, and she's just so dumb. Naturally, the first thing I'm thinking of is if I've ever gone on a Tinder date or anything like that, I've always told people where I am, and then I've always told people about the date.
So you're not flown on a PJ now?
No.
Okay.
I need to know you. I need to know you. I'm sorry, I'm not the flued out type.
But in the hood, they call it something different.
Shit, I did.
Oh dear.
I'll give a good goddamn.
That shit I did.
I saw that look. I'll give a good goddamn.
It's just not. It's not common sense. And like my friend I was watching with, she was like, I did feel sorry for her. I'm like, well, not really, because she put herself in a situation. I'm finding it so hard to feel sorry for this stupid woman. Like, what are you doing?
Do me a favor, yeah. When you watch it, yeah, I need you. It's a drinking game. When you watch it now, if you watch it on Friday, right, yeah, because I want you to tell us what you think when you finish watching it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do me a favor, have a drink with you, rum or whatever, and back a shot every time he says my enemies. Back a shot every time he says my enemies. The enemies are after me.
That's true.
But then you want to hear the best part of the thing.
You'll be so drunk by the end of it.
Yeah, like reporters are after him. If the final woman finally gets man caught after him swindling women all across Europe and that stuff. Yeah, he's from Israel, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it makes a difference, but he's an Israeli. Right, yeah. He only does max 5 months in jail.
Yeah.
And he's
a free man.
When it's 15 months, but then
and he was back on Tinder.
Yeah, he got early. and then he was back on Tinder, and the women still had to pay off the debt that he didn't because he made it take it on there.
No.
And then guess what?
People are giving him props.
And even what? He's still out here making money, breaded off. Bread.
Yeah.
Chat to man different. In the words of DJ Khaled, talk to me normal, bruv.
And another one.
5 months.
His own new career goal and all that
new career goal, Israeli girlfriend, live and
his
direct.
girlfriend's a model. He's happy. Doing but the thing is though, it's because they've given him the money. You can't really do him for fraud.
Can't take him off because it's not in his name. Nothing's in his name.
Like it was consented when you think about it. So what the last girl does
It's
to try and
morally-
get
But the first girl said she was back on Tinder within like I think babes, you're on Tinder. Your brain should be
When you're
concentrated on paying off that
broke,
debt.
When she on Tinder for like 7 years though.
No, but she said there was like, did you come off
wasn't that a
Tinder?
problem?
She was like, did you come off Tinder afterwards? Yeah, and she was like, no, I was back
She was
on
like,
it
no, I was
afterwards.
back on it. It was
Babe, you
never
have
Tinder.
a 250k fine. You need to pay back.
That's a long time
Now
to be on
that's someone
Tinder.
that needs to not focus on fucking dating. She's someone, because boy, I don't.
7 years on Tinder. That's
Sis,
Man said, conversate.
you should really be focusing on other stuff.
Sex on what first date? I say, I don't know what you do to me.
Yo.
It's just dumb. I just think there's so many things in the beginning. Like it didn't need to get to where it got to. It didn't need to get to the whole loan situation. Like she could have sat there and realised, oh, do you know what? Any smart woman would be like, I don't know this guy in a private jet. Naturally, I'm going to think, I might get kidnapped. I ain't
You know what's
going.
funny? He kept his decorum for all of it, yeah. And then at the end, he was like,
Nah.
At the end
In the
of-
voice
he was
notes.
above it.
Oh my
my clothes
God.
back.
He was so cool.
You bitch.
was like,
you
you-
fucking
you-
bitch.
you fucking bitch.
If you cross me, oh,
I will
nah.
find you. And
You
the
know
thing,
what?
These women were shook because, man, you'd given out so much of your normal information where he knew where you live.
He knows where I live. He knows where my parents live. He's got my passport. Who does that? I'm sorry. If
Stupid.
I met a guy, and I'm not going to do it when I've met you after a day. If I've known a guy, I've obviously got to be in something with you for you to want to take me away.
Man said, bitch.
I'm still not then really
know what
going to
the thing
give
is?
my passport details like that.
Do you ever remember, but before we even continue, yeah?
Can I ask a question?
Go on, can I
It
make a
just
joke?
doesn't make sense.
What color were these women?
No, but
Why
the
tea?
women you
No.
saw, they were
They're
Europeans,
European as well.
but there were women from different backgrounds. We didn't see them. We just saw the three main ones.
Why
You know the worst thing was
100.
when I watched this. You know, there's a Dave Chappelle joke, you know, and there's a Dave Chappelle, you know, right? Yeah, and you know where he talks about Sesame Street and he talks about the count, right? Yeah, right? Yeah. So the more angry he got towards the end, he was like, all I could hear in my head was, "Bitch, where is my money? You've been late 4 times. I've
But this
been
is the
counting. How many times must I slap you before you give me what I want?
1.
2 slaps. But I was dying.
But do you know what
I
it
said,
is
this
as
man
well?
is really count.
She I lost my train of thought now. I've lost my whole train of thought. The one in the beginning, that was it. I think it was, I can't remember, it was the first or the second, was crying about and she was like, oh, why are you doing this, please, blah 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 blah, like crying, begging. And even all of these girls,
I would have blocked him.
when he's going about his business on jet with whoever, he's talking to Jenny, but you're with Sally and using Jenny's money for Sally. You're then
foul.
mad.
Foul.
This one's all like, oh, honey, like, I miss you.
What?
Trying to text
He
him.
was doing all of that?
Delayed responses.
I made a joke, yeah.
He wasn't spending his own
Oh my
peas.
God.
This girl's
Oh my
like,
God,
okay, yeah, I'll take out the loan, but you was meant to pay me back, and he's not answering. But at the end, when you want to know when the money is for the clothes that she was selling, you have to watch it.
But you know what?
He's texting back 90 miles an hour.
Made me laugh. I looked at it and I thought, not one or uno. Obviously, they didn't need to question it because man was doing up lifestyle. In my head, I was like, not one or uno Googled if this man was who he said he was.
You know that's the first thing. Like I would have Googled you.
Simples.
Not once.
It's funny because when they was talking about that he was a diamond mine, whatever's son.
Funny that that's a thing in dating.
There was a picture with the
these
man and
days.
his daughter.
Yeah, no son.
But the funny thing is, all through the season, it was showing that picture. But when it revealed that it weren't him, it faded him.
Like it was back to
him out.
Back to the Future. just fade
I
out.
was like, oh my God, the way they've done this.
Oh, look at me. Him get rubbed out. That's
Literally.
a why. That's a why.
The bit I was screaming at is when they said,
bruv.
we asked him to take part in the movie. This is what he said. When he replies, and he's like,
I'll get you done for defamation.
That's enough. Like, this is just how it's gonna be. No, or something like that. But no, you actually really need to watch it. It's just
please watch it.
It's on my list of things to watch.
Even that we've spoken about hasn't.
Hour and a half. It's an hour and a half, bruv.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh,
It
it's only an hour and a
hasn't-
half.
it
Bro,
ain't
that gave me more
top tier.
That gave me the same amount of enjoyment I've got from watching The Apprentice this year. That's how humouring it was.
It's mad. Because I was just like, and the more I was watching it, I was just laughing and shaking my head. My friend was like, allow them. And I was like, I can't actually allow these women. I can't allow fools. Like, what are you doing? What, like...
Spengolis, bro. It's nothing but Spengs.
Me going to take out, and it's not even...
It's not even like small peas.
From your bank. It's like...
Bro, next day payday loans.
Googling
bro,
fast payday loans to get this
don't have
big
the
money you don't have.
What has he said to them? Well, this is something I'll find out. But
He's
what can
swindled
my
their
life's
arse.
in danger. The enemies are after me.
Basically, because naturally I would be like, if enemies are after
When you watch it,
if you can't use your cards, then you obviously being a billionaire, any billionaire would have, you would go into a bank and
Go
get
and
money.
ask your daddy, bro.
It's not even that,
Have
because
you
it
got
weren't
one
even
guy
that.
One guy's your security team.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire, one security guard. One.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
One
security
security
didn't make
red
sense.
flag?
Kim Kardashian had best security guards before she was even a billionaire.
Victor is
bro.
down.
Oh my God, Bella Victor.
And do you know what I said here? Do you know what I said at the beginning? I said, why would you be calling your woman at this time in the morning, sending picture? I was like, that's dodgy. Mate, the same picture, I don't know how many times. You should also drink for every time that you see Victor's picture beating up and mention it. Fucking season. I mean, that episode. Oh, you're gonna be drunk because I don't understand. Like, how many times Victor is down? No, stop it. It's so sending voice notes to these girls, panicking them. Listen,
saying
Simon,
Victor is down.
This guy is so fucking tapped.
Victor's Bluku as well, bro.
Victor's huge
He's
as
a
well.
Bluku
Victor's
don,
down.
man.
So if Victor's down, then something's really
Victor
wrong.
looked like block. No. Oh, what's it?
It's manipulation. That he
wrestler.
got them emotionally invested
Brock
in him,
Bro,
Brock
let's
Lesnar.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Oh, them size.
sent this fucking crap.
You had to go, when you see
photographic
Victor, you're like,
evidence.
Bluku. He's massive. Go and change subject, bro. But yeah, you need to watch that,
No,
bro.
you do. He's
All right.
oh, it's funny. Please,
Go on, Mark.
I'm gonna get to it.
Victor is down. God.
Must have swindled these nuts, bro. How about that?
I'm
Literally.
sorry. I really need for you to watch it
Victor
tonight.
is down.
No, stop it.
Obviously the new laws now. Men who send unsolicited
I was just looking at that.
dick pics face 2 years in prison.
Dick pic is down. Dick pic is down.
But I just never understood like sending a dick pic
You'd
to a
be
person you don't really know.
I never understood
Dicks
it.
are not pretty.
No, they're not. And as a,
Mine's alright.
Speak for your own.
Mine's quite handsome.
Speak for your own.
overall, like,
I like how we
if
tried
it's
to
a guy that you're not
backpedal.
talking to
No,
as
one second.
well.
I like how we tried to backpedal when man said that. How many winners you seen in your life, Mark? That's the question, bro.
no, it's just
many.
not. It's like
That's a lie. You watch
like
porn.
I guess it's
Yeah,
different.
seen
If a
porn,
guy
you've
got
seen
a
it from
random
there,
nude
what's
from
in
a
this?
girl, even if it's unwanted, it's less likely that you're gonna be like, ugh, I don't want that. Maybe you don't, but
She built like SpongeBob. There's a problem.
no. But if she's got like a really nice body, you're gonna be like, it's a bit random. But ooh, you don't get that if you get a random dick pic. You're naturally disgusted.
Squidward. No, I didn't want to see that shit, bro.
Naturally disgusted straight away. I'm like, and yeah, good. You lot should be penalised for it. Penalise your penis. Yeah, I don't think it's.
Say penalise on purpose. You're smooth.
A pianist, funny.
I'm glad that this is something that they've made a law.
Please.
I have a friend who does OnlyFans, and she was going through her archives of her pictures on her Instagram.
Oh, jeez.
To air out dons that done that. I said, I don't think it works from before.
No, I said that. I said,
the law
imagine
just
if you
come
could
in.
get your archives, because if every girl would be lying if they said it hasn't happened to them at least 3 times.
That's happened to you.
Yeah.
Probably happened to her
Just
this
random
week.
ones.
This week.
One of them was
She's like,
back
what you
in
say?
the day.
Get this money.
A guy that I worked with on
Trying
Snap
to
had sent it to me, and I was.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
I think I was absolutely disgusted. I was so angry. 'Cause
Just
I
send
went,
you
who the fuck
just on a
made
random
you
one.
think that I wanted that? Because we'd gone for work drinks prior.
Was it a good angle?
I didn't look at it like no.
Okay.
It wasn't
Hey,
nice.
yo.
Was it a
I
good
didn't
angle?
study it. I screenshotted it and he got shook.
Oh,
And
on
I thought-
Snapchat.
Yeah,
I know the story,
I went
yeah.
send me that so quick. I went send me something again and watch what happens. he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And basically, it was his way of trying to move to me. I said, that's absolutely disgusting.
That's a weird way to move to someone.
Move away from me.
So, question: if you was interested in him, and he took, I'm just saying, if you was interested in someone, for example, and they took the leap of faith, right? Yeah,
with a dick pic.
That happens.
And they wanted to
Shoot
show
your
you,
shot.
and they wanted to show you Mandingo Manny, yeah.
No.
The wild stallion.
No.
Excellent. All them thing there. Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't.
I'll help you call the reference.
That can't entice me. It's happened before. I was talking to a guy.
Man wanted to show you that Man wanted to show you that he was a birdacious babe.
No, he sent it to me. That shit went straight in. And this is what I mean. That went straight in my girls' group chat. I went, look at this.
What? Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Because I was
like, by the way, that's also.
To me, I'm like,
you could go to jail for that as well. You go to jail for that as well.
Yeah, but that's.
No. But you could go to jail for that as well.
Do that time, yeah.
No.
Everyone in your group chat can go to jail for that.
Of course they can, because obviously
you're sharing someone's nudes.
Yeah, but don't send it to me. Unwanted. Are you mad?
I love how women will move the. Nah, bro, that's foul.
No, but even if a girl done that and it ended up in a guy's group chat, yeah, it's bad, but it's her own fault. She sent it. You've sent it with the means of it possibly being leaked elsewhere. But I was just so disgusted. I was like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Who told you that I want that? And then to be honest, I said,
you did when your mouth was salivating over the picture.
But
blocked him.
What you did when your mouth was salivating over the picture before you sent it to the group chat.
Oh man.
It's absolutely
girls, look at this. It's veiny.
No, someone did say, oh, it's big though. I was like, that's not the point. That's not the fucking point.
You did that shit with Jeff. Man said it was veiny.
You know what? If you have confidence, but it's not getting anywhere with me, man. That's just.
Yeah, but this is.
What if it was your man? But if it's your man, it's unsolicited anyway.
But that's how fucked up the game is.
My man. I probably would have asked for it, and even if I don't ask for it, send it to me.
No, sometimes it's not asked for. It's like,
but if you're my man,
no, but if it's your man, it's still unsolicited dick pic because he never asked you, you just sent it.
Yeah. Well, like, babes, I'm thinking about you. Send.
That can never ever be. That can never ever be unwanted, even when it's unexpected.
I'm so happy he didn't hear
that.
That's what I said.
That's how fucked up the game is that in order to try and move to somebody, one of your first ports of call is as opposed to just saying, "Hey, how are you? You know what? I'd like to get to know you. Let me show you.
Automatically gonna put
let me show you the hammer.
The hammer.
My man ain't even there yet, and that's what you're sending me.
It's like, hi, Kadia. Do you know my friend Aubergino?
I'm like, boy, get out of my face.
Like,
as girls, we've had it all.
Hi, Kadia. Do you like DIY? And send the hammer. Send the tools.
Was you a fan of MC Hammer? I can show you his cousin, Little Hammer.
Be like, can't touch this.
You can touch the.
No, unwanted dick pics are just not.
You tell me in your life, you've never sent a dick picture in your life.
You must have.
Don't lie.
Not on the runaway.
No, but I'm saying in general, you tell me you've never sent a dick picture in your life.
I mean, I've enjoyed that.
But no, when it's
if it's someone I'm pursuing, like when we know each other like that, yeah, I'll send it.
When you know that's the levels,
I'll send the hammer. No, it's not.
You said
hammer.
Told you 4. I told you. He man at 4, bro. I have the power.
I was like Captain America in Endgame.
The shield.
Why was your hand all the way out here? What you holding? What you? Was he holding? No, was he holding? You're stupid.
No, it's definitely.
If your name was like that white actor's name was like Army Hammer, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And you refer to yourself as
Mr. Hammer
or Little Hammer, like you're gonna call to I'm Hammer, but they call me. You know what I mean? I'm them little witty one-liners. I'd laugh at you so mad.
I wouldn't call it Little Hammer.
Or if you just called your thing Jacobs, I'll die, bro.
Jacobs. I'm Mark, and that's Jacobs. No. Going off on that.
Wait.
Well, catch this check. Catch this check. Should get you broken.
He's like, oh no. Yeah. This is Mark with a C.
You done I can't believe this is only just coming out now. Porn websites will be legally required to verify the age. What was that?
I was laughing so much it took me.
She said, "Baby boy brown." Why can I see Taraji P. Henderson in my head?
I'll be doing the Tyrese dance, bro.
I know you will. That's your dance moves.
How'd you know?
Yeah.
We heard about you.
No, we haven't, bro.
Oh, we heard about you.
No, you haven't. There's no leak footage.
Bro, you're acting like you know someone who's had rendezvous with Mark.
You've seen Mark move his hips up in here.
Yeah, that's not how I get down in the bedroom, man.
It's big tech round, you're paralyzed from the neck
I'm
down.
techie.
Keep your thoughts in your brain, you'll be another corpse in the way in the ground, yeah.
You right there?
Oh, fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mark, continue with your thing, because every minute to get one cough, bruv.
I know, right? It's all the sip and paint she was doing, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good.
That's what the guy said.
The Mortal Kombat trim as well.
You're so rude.
Summer Walker. Porn sites are
She
now.
ain't taking your shit today, no. Age appropriate.
Porn websites will now be illegally required to verify the age of users.
Say that again?
Legally.
Thank
Legally.
you.
I couldn't.
I beg, it's his
I
mouth.
couldn't
It's
tell
not
if you
working.
were
Why is your
saying
mouth
it's
not
gonna
working,
be-
my friend?
I know.
Make your mouth work now.
be
Ah.
illegal. Legally required.
Mark, look at me. Porn sites will be legally required.
Will be legally.
Will be legally.
Illegally required.
Yeah, but it's.
Any a bit late?
No.
Not a bit late,
Oh
but
my god! I want to span off on the subject of this, but continue. Sorry.
that's it. That was it.
So that it will be legally required because it really sounded like you said illegally, and that doesn't make any sense.
To go off on this subject, yeah, my auntie and I went out for a meal with my auntie yesterday, yeah, and she's a big Man United fan. So we spoke about. I remember last week we said we're not speaking about the Mason Greenwood thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about that as a whole. We spoke about how football itself has been in the mud with so much sexual assault claims and whatever, and this has been a long-going issue within football because they tried to hide the fact of these men who play football are also businesses themselves and create revenue for the club. So, especially with, if anyone's heard the voice notes and whatever, the voice note talk isn't that of a 20-year-old boy. It's that of porn culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of, and my auntie made a joke saying this is why she likes womanizers, like men who are womanizers. Because at least you know with womanizers, they just love women. They're gonna have sex with women, but they just love women. They're not trying to put women in peculiar situations, not trying to hurt women, but they just love women. They like being around women, they love female attention, ECT and the rest. Whereas the verbiage which was used for that is that of porn culture. And my takeaway from that was, do you think, especially with what you're saying of them as being age appropriate thing for porn, young men watching porn has kind of molded their brain through using women as sex objects and not fundamentally understanding what sex is? They kind of look at it as the fairy tale.
I had a subject literally like that, actually. Sorry, go on.
No.
It was like it's like there's a dysmorphia.
Yeah.
In how people, and it's not just because obviously there's the aspect of men, but even with the celebrity penis leaks that they've recently been. And just seeing the general responses.
Bro, that's not celebrity, that's videos, bro.
Well, okay, all right. There's been some penis
I heard
leaks,
that differently in my head.
Penis leaks.
right?
Isaiah Rashad was today.
There's been some penis leaks, and even just the general responses to them. And you know, obviously, maybe not obviously, but some of them crossed me, and I looked and yeah.
I'm not judging another
A lot of the, but I was
Yeah.
just, no, it just made me think
But
about
the comments were ill, man.
yeah.
It's the internet, bro.
I know.
And then it just made me think about the dysmorphia that has sort of come with porn and how people have, I don't know, it's like if you learned about sex without porn, and then also, you know, along the way learned about porn, then you've got it feels like, you know, like you got a basis before.
Kind of got understanding. Before.
Yeah. So you're not, pardon the pun, you're not going into it raw. You're, you know, you've got, you know, a good basis to work from. But it seems like people don't have that these days, and the first thing they're doing.
Please don't mix me with that.
I don't want to look at you. You know what I mean? So it's like these days, people are learning. You've got the internet. The internet is teaching people.
I ain't taking your shit today. No.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's like the internet is the teacher, and
which is sad.
Access to porn is very easy.
Can you stop setting up sentences in my head? Because now I have Vibe Cartel. Teacher, gotta love you.
Yeah, man, it's just making me think about that.
I just want to know how they're going to make people verify their age.
Well, you know, like
ID, yeah. But I think this should have been a thing that they should have applied to that, social media, and it goes back into the topic of me saying of the topic that we started on last week about just young people being on platforms or listening to things that aren't age appropriate for them. When we talk about like young people and mental health and all these other things that we've spoken about so many times, what a lot of people don't take into consideration is for a lot of young people now, as much as we can still have that online bullying, but turn it off. Like, we're old school on that, but you also have to understand they're exposed to more. So what we're exposed to as 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, ECT and arrest, they're exposed to from 15 years old. When we was looking at Azealia Banks a few years ago when she was bugging out and she's turned into the same thing she hated, I said, bro, she had money and started looking into racism and everything. Her brain wasn't fully capable of understanding everything at that one go. If you went right now and the government told you everything they were doing behind closed doors, and then you found this out and you didn't know how to reciprocate it, you're gonna bug out.
Yeah.
It's information overload. Not everything.
Overload.
You know what I'm trying to say? And a lot of these kids, whether it's computer games, whether it's movies, whether it's music, whatever, it has a really effed up effect on them and they don't know how to manage their emotions. Whether it's the porn thing being part of it, where sex should be an enjoyable thing between two people, whatever, where people are kind of turning it into a way where they don't respect women, and you're coming out with situations like this, which are becoming
angry shit.
I wouldn't even say like it's becoming more common. It's just the way of the internet now, where it's being pushed in a more common way to the light.
Yeah.
Whereas before, if this was like the early 2000s and the 90s with a lot of footballers, that stuff could never come out.
Yeah. True.
What do I know?
My nose always gets congested. It really bugs me.
She's got a nasal thing.
Yeah.
She's got a nasal thing she puts.
And in my head, I was literally as I was listening, I was just thinking, is my nasal spray in my bag? And if it is that going to look mad? But it's not in there. I'm fine. I won't cry in listening.
That's a great addition to the topic we were just talking about.
Well, you just asked if I'm all right, so I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
But he was, never mind.
He just all went.
Go on. Because of the question
I did want to touch up on obviously
touch up on
and let it.
I did want to
touch on.
touch on.
You said I did want to touch up on. My G, this ain't carnival, bruv.
Obviously, current events where Kurt Zuma has been recorded kicking a cat, and the outroar that has been exposed on social media, and the fines, people saying he should be jailed, people say he should be sacked. Sponsors have like dropped him now, and I'm just like.
By the way, he can still face criminal charges in France.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
apparently.
And then you had that ex-goalkeeper coming out and say that this is worse than racism.
Oh,
first of all,
Chris Kirkland.
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Go on. Go on.
Normally, in arguments like this, I'm not the person who uses race as a thing. I like to kind of understand all elements of that. But Chris Kirkland, ex-goalkeeper, shut the fuck up, you stupid spang.
He's apologised, but I'm
no.
too late.
The problem is,
let
me clear this up, yeah? And I mean this in the most kindest way. Why are you going to footballers on opinions about footballers and then asking a cisgendered white man to give his opinion on something which is none of his concern?
None.
Right, yeah. Not in a rude way. Footballers are not the most intelligent of people anyway. For him to come and tell you, a cisgendered white man, that it is worse than racism. Because what you've just did, you've put racism into a pocket of mean tweets.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck.
Dickhead.
And I don't mean to be that person, but it's literally one of those things where I'm like, racism is more than just mean tweets, right? Because it now shows the misinformation that we do. Because even when Mikel Antonio spoke about it, Mikel Antonio, he didn't verbalize it. He didn't articulate it in the best of ways.
No,
but ultimately
the message was there.
Ultimately asked the question, right? Yeah, he used the Suarez everything. Kurt Zuma got fined worse than Luis Suarez, who bit someone, racially abused someone, and was given an 8-game ban and a 40 grand and I think it was like a 40 grand.
And then got a transfer to Barcelona, which was mad.
And then when you see countries who have racially abused players, remember, police didn't do it, West Ham did. Right, yeah. So what it now tells me is, because Pogba come out and said nothing, and I saw something on the way in when I was looking at 360, there's like, I'd love to be in a boardroom when Adidas go and talk to Pogba about Pogba backing the comments of you putting animals before race. Because my thing was, when Kirkland said this was, do you eat meat? Because don't tell me anything about animal rights if you eat meat. If you're a vegan saying this, right, yeah.
But where's the same I don't know, energy for horse racing?
There you go. That's what I said. If you
fox hunting, where's the same energy for that?
That's what I said. If you eat meat or you partake in watching horse racing and watching horses get whipped or giving a firearm to people where they go and shoot birds and things like that, cool. I can understand why you're trying to say, yeah, this is disgusting. I can understand the RSPCA or
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what Kurt Zuma done was right.
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. Or PETA saying something. But for you to say that's worse than racism, and you yourself, you're a meat eater. You do this. You don't really care about animal rights. It's selective animal rights. Gabriel, relax. It's not that bad. Right, yeah. Sorry, I saw Gabriel twinge.
No,
right,
it was.
Right, yeah. Ultimately, sometimes it's like when they try to do it, and I'm not the biggest fan of Dizzy Rascal, you don't know this. When they tried to ask him about race, and he said, bro, you're not going to try to put me in this. Like, I'm not, I'm black, but I don't speak for all black people.
There's a book that my sister keeps on telling me about, I'm not explaining race to white people anymore.
I've seen it. It's a good book.
I heard it's a really good book.
I'm going to read it.
It's like, if you want someone to be out there to go and talk to you about race, go talk to a caller. Because a caller can break it down in ways that you can understand. Yeah. Where it's not emotionally motivated and it's breaking it down structurally that's palatable to everyone.
Tell you the history about it.
That's palatable to everyone. But the problem with that is as well is it's a situation where it's like, for me, sometimes it is easier for you to shut the F up. Simple. I think it was disgusting. Joke, man. Sorry. I think it was disgusting, and he should be fined. He should be fined by the club, and that's about it.
They shouldn't have played him on that day, though.
Of course not.
I think that's one mistake.
Sorry,
the club
Gabriel.
made.
I had to. Sorry. Oh, AFCON's still hurting him, innit, Gabriel? Gabriel, AFCON's still hurting him, innit?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sadio! What is your take on it?
I'm
just calling your real name. That's hard to pause.
It used to be.
You're lucky I paused, bro.
Back in the day. Back in the day, what did it used to be? No blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Yeah. Now it's like, but the dogs are all right though. Still,
dogs got in.
The dogs are all right still, and the Irish stay where they are.
The blacks are still where
Listen, I just think all of this is nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It shows the disparity between how race is dealt with and how the treatment of animals is dealt with.
Euros last year? Or the World Cup?
If I remember correctly.
Langa last week, bruv.
Yeah.
Thank you. Manu?
Yeah.
That's
Mr. Plenty and
that's what I was just
abused.
Listen.
But that was happening, and everyone said, it's because of the Euros. That's when it blew up, but more.
That doesn't mean it's not happened.
But not just that. The fact that when that happened as well, or before that happened, people were saying when England lose or when England do not do well in the Euros, there's a lot of domestic violence. But no one really talks about that either.
That's what they talk
because
about.
they're thinking that obviously, they're making the whole, racial abuse thing override that as well. But to be
another topic, it's just engineer, apologies.
I've lost my train of thought.
The Euros, domestic violence.
Yeah, well, I agree with what Mark said. I was elaborating it, but I've literally it's just gone out of my head.
It's like, they talk about black on black violence. There was like,
Oh, I hate when they use that as an
For
example.
them to say, but I think Carla said this. For there to be black on black violence, you have to understand how much black people there are. There's 3% black people in the country, in the entire UK, right? Yeah. So black on black violence isn't a thing. White on white violence, which is a general thing, because ultimately the population of white people far exceeds everybody else, is your biggest problem. But you never mention that because publicly it sounds better to say 0.5% of the population of black people, because you have to understand, there's 3% of black people, not everyone's a gangbanger or a drug dealer or whatever, 0.5% of the population of people who happen to be black are involved within violence. 0.5% in a country which is probably 96% white.
White.
Crazy, isn't it? Not crazy.
We're never going to mention the crime rates in Yorkshire or Scunthorpe or any of these other areas of the country, which have low-level jobs.
They're the worst ones.
Right, where people out here talk about mixing packs and potions. No, we're not doing that. We're just going to talk about black youths, in London. I understand it's a major city, but let's be a little bit more, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just agendas.
Always.
Okay, is there anything you'd like to add?
But that...
I know you got topics in your pocketbook.
I do have topics in my pocketbook, but I was intrigued on this one first, but I don't want to say it again. Are we done with this topic? But not in that way. Just before I elaborated, I wanted to make sure that everyone had aired out and said what they wanted to say.
Her hair one more fucking time, bro.
Who? Me? Did I?
Yeah, no.
No, it's still sitting there. I didn't flick nothing.
I ain't had shoulder length hair in over 10 years, bro. So it definitely ain't me.
I didn't flick nothing. Did I?
Yeah, you put a shoulder for your fling.
Just probably flick my shoulder like this. Didn't flick the hair.
She flicked that mic one more time, bro.
Yeah, sorry. Is anyone else wanting to touch on anything else?
No, I'm done. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, the co-parenting topic. A lot of people, obviously, from not last week before, wanted to touch on it. And obviously, last week's topic, talking briefly about parenting and things like that. I think that I had a lot of questions on it, like just, I guess, touching on it. So I basically brought up a question anyway to generalise, but, I want to disclose, no, I'm not a parent. And no, all of us are not parents, barring one.
How do you know I'm not a parent?
How do you know I'm not one?
Well, okay. I mean, you lot have been saying you ain't got a kid, so...
But I told people, even if I had kids, I wouldn't be sharing any of it, no, so it made no difference, but continue.
I would know.
You wouldn't? No, what the fuck, I wouldn't.
Not even to us.
No?
You're a weirdo.
What if it's my own family members? I keep saying it. Imagine if I have a child, my child's bad breed. You won't see my child till the child is 3 years old and they've got manners, bruv.
You're so weird. Bad. Very bad.
You can see a WhatsApp picture, but continue.
What?
I said you wouldn't even see a WhatsApp picture.
He's a weird. So yeah, the question I come up with, just to kind of sum up what people were asking, was what is co-parenting? Obviously, I know what co-parenting is, but I'm saying overall.
What Will and Jade have been doing for 20 years.
But basically, in the sense of what do we see it as, and what does it obviously mean in that sense? Because a lot of people blur the lines. So, for example, some people might say it's obviously not saying I agree or disagree. Well, I don't agree. The occasional act as a parent. So some people might believe that co-parenting means, let's say, for example, my child lives with their mother, but my occasional act is I'll send them money here and there. I might take them to the park here and there. I might visit them. Do you know what I mean? So that's obviously not something that I class as co-parenting.
You
that's
think co-parenting go to the park?
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's some people out there that will sit there and say, "Oh, I co-parent."
The park dad,
but they don't.
It's like a stepdad.
No, but this is
sit on the step.
No, this is how shocking it is, though. This is how shocking it is, because your child will live with their mum, or mainly if you see the mum, and the dad will come and do these things, and will be like.
Don't get me wrong. I think co-parenting is.
No, but I know it's not that. Wait, no.
Oh,
Let me finish. Let me add these bits to feed what I said, and then you can say whatever you want. Or it would be like a 1 day a week for like 2 hours.
That sounds like a prison visit.
Mate, it's really bad. Sending money all the time, but obviously not being present. So you can send money weekly, but you're not actually present.
Oh, bro.
Sorry, carry on.
Oh, no, I'll let you laugh.
No. It's not like prison visits, man.
No, but that's how bad it is. And obviously, okay, so for example, those are like the shit examples, but I'm gonna just brief this up. So it basically, it should be, I don't know, a lot of people don't see it this way. It should be a divide, like an even split of parenting for that child.
It's never gonna be even split.
Huh?
It's never gonna be even.
No,
split.
but I know it's never gonna be because the child will probably always more than likely live with the mum, which means that parent has them most of the time.
5 times out of the week. 5 days out of the week.
But sometimes there's co-parenting in the sense of, parents do split that. So there'll be times when, 2 homes.
So what are you asking us? What do we class as co-parenting?
What do you class as it? Obviously, I was giving my opinion of it first and then listening to you classes, like, whatever. Yeah.
You wrote that down, innit?
What?
The whole topic.
No. I wrote those 3 points that I just said, because some people was putting it out. But no, to me, obviously, I know that's not what co-parent is, but I'm saying these are the shit excuses that people are giving, or people will...
Coming to you this September, the Rambles of K.
I'm done.
Yeah, you got
I'm done. And I'm done. There's my point, right? Right there, out the window. Okay.
You can stop.
Daddy-o.
I was
Hey, pick up your phone, you spang, man.
well,
And
It's select.
Mark, kick her phone, bro.
kick up.
I ain't touched it.
Are
You looking at me for?
Are you going to do what Batman says, Robin?
Kick it.
I'm not Robin.
Don't do it.
I'm not Robin, man.
She put the shield up and
Black Superman,
held the
bro.
gun out to everyone. Like, yeah, you got something to say, funny man? Huh?
Oh, Mr. Funny Man.
Hey, funny man.
You think Reese is funny? You do it,
Yeah,
man.
she was like,
Think you are, do
you're
ya?
funny, yeah. Oh,
You're going to do it, are you? But how's that thing go? That one with the broom, how's that thing going?
you're hungry for it. You're dying for it.
But yeah, go on, I'm sorry.
Okay, like from my situation where I see my daughter every weekend, and it's been that way since she was 2. So every weekend for the past 10 years, I've had my daughter, barring a weekend here and there. But basically, whether, and that was from something that I had said I wanted from the very beginning.
But the fact that she lives in a completely different part of London,
and yeah,
that's the only time when you're not at work.
That's the only time I'm not at work. The only time she's not at school.
That's the most
so
commitment
it worked.
that a parent in your situation can give, more than what I literally was just saying. In your situation, there'll be parents that feel like they can visit for like 2 hours.
People visit for 2 hours. People are like, they have, and I'm not knocking. However, men choose to do their thing. Where a lot of them have their children one weekend, and they have them like every fortnight.
I'm knocking it.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not knocking how people have that, but I wanted to make sure I had I wanted to be that much in her life, and again, especially because we live in completely different parts of London.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to feel like I was missing from her life in that respect. But whether now people, I don't know, some people will call that co-parenting, some people won't, because they're like, oh, it's only on the weekend. It's like,
no, but I think it still is because you're as involved.
Yeah, and
there's, do you know what it is? It's the involvement. You've both got you've got a plan. So if there's anything to do with your child, you've got that agreement. You've got that communication side of things.
Yeah.
And it's consistent.
It's consistent. And yeah, for her, she feels like she literally has 2 homes.
Yeah.
Does your daughter have a phone now?
Does she have a
phone now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I was going to say
and that's
also.
even easier as well.
It's also that's why I asked that, because obviously general communication where you don't necessarily have to liaise directly with the mum. It's still one of the ones where it's like you're still going to be like, oh, is it all right if I can still pick her on that time, pick her up on that day? Obviously, he's going to go from his area to grab her to her area and then come back. And I think that journey itself is along the backside, but I know the journey's along the Ross. So to piggyback off that, for me, co-parenting for me, because I always say that regardless of whatever terms I'm on with the mother of my child or not, I would see my child near enough, even if I don't live in that house, I will try to make sure that I see my child at least 4 to 5 times a week. Whether it's I'm in the house to make sure I'm there put you school run, whether it's in the morning or after, where it's like I read your bedtime story and whatever, just so the visibility is there where it's like, yeah, my parents aren't together, but they are regularly, do you know what I'm trying to say? I think because of me, I grew up in a single parent home, and I watched how my mum worked as a single parent for most of my life. My relationship with my dad didn't really develop until I was probably 14. Like, I knew who he was, we spoke, but it wasn't that type of relationship. I lived with him, I was like, okay, cool, is what it is. And then I kind of took the nuances of what my mum did as a single parent, and then in my mind, I think as I got older, I kind of understood what, if it was a thing where it was like, my dad was more hands-on, would it have made a difference?
Yeah.
Or was my mum's value as a parent that high that I didn't want for anything? But then I didn't add in the factors of, for example, when you are parenting, for example, what other mitigating factors are involved? Are there other men in your life, for example, who can play
fill that void?
That fill the void of a, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Where you're not missing anything because you still have the factor of it being like, okay, cool, I have that. Do you know what I mean? So it's less something of when you're getting older where it's like, okay, cool, if I didn't have that, then it's more so like, oh, why do I have an emptiness, or why is that not there, or why is the parent not there? Why is there not a balance in parenting, and why is it so one-sided? It more so being a situation of, okay, cool, I don't have that in the volume of, as you see it more as an adult, I didn't have that in the volume of what I would like, but I still had my uncle, I had that uncle, I had men around to help XYZ.
Alternatives.
But then, for example, I can say I'm from the generation of it takes a village. So there was still family members around, and your cousins were a lot closer, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
There's a lot more where it's not like your daughter's an only child, for example. I'd love to know what that feeling feels like, but I can't. Because there's bare of us, just like there's bare of Marks, right here. So it's also a situation where it's like, no matter what, you're never really gonna have the lonely feeling, regardless of you being in a of you seeing your child on the weekend. Because even if I don't see dad, I still got siblings. Yeah. So there's still the interworkings. What about you, Mark?
Pretty much the same. Like, I grew up with just me and my mum, but I saw my dad at least twice a week. So we had a great relationship. We still have a great relationship. But I don't know, co-parenting is different to everyone. It really depends on how well you get on with the mother of your child, and what foundations you can build to say, look, I can do the school run, work don't mind, I can do the school run, I can pick up my child, take him back home, whatever, and help with the homework or whatever. Like,
give me the keys to my house.
But it really
You're
depends.
not my dad. Yes, I am.
But there's even a deeper conversation of that, of sometimes how your own parents, how you were parented, or how you saw your parents grow up and interact. Yeah, having an effect on the type of parent that you
that had an
want to
effect
be.
on me, because
I'm still laughing.
My mum and my dad got on. They could be in the same room, bust jokes and stuff like that, and that is something I really appreciated.
Yeah,
Mike, they could, but it was more so like I realized where
Your dad had to step.
Nah, it was more so like they could be in the same room with each other, but I realized where I got my quick-wittedness from. Your mum. It was just like, no, they're both as bad as each other for draw-outs, like for verbals. I think people had met my dad and was just like, okay, cool. And then they met I met my best friend Arnold. He'd only, obviously, by the time we were close, he'd only ever been around like my dad, because I was living at my dad's. And then the times where I'd go to my mum's and he was around me.
How did you find that though?
What do you mean?
Because you said
live
with your mum,
live with my dad.
and you live with your dad.
I'd rather live with my mum every day of the week.
Okay.
Every single day of the week. Because I knew...
What, do you mean at the time or thinking now?
Even in general. Regardless, it could have been from... Even if I go from 11 to 20, I lived with both of them between that time. So I moved out my mum's house when I was like 16. I lived with my dad until I was like maybe 21, between 17 and 21, on and off. Oh no, 18 and 21, on and off. 22, sorry, on and off because of uni and whatnot. And I'd rather live with my mum because I knew the process of certain things, and my dad's lifestyle was just not that lifestyle needed to be around, like, especially during the night when I'm trying to sleep and my dad's like, and flipping night out, just bopping around the house. But I remember when
I'm laughing.
Trying to sleep, man.
My dad's very similar to this day.
Hey, my God, relax.
That's such a dad thing to do.
It is. And my mum used to be like to him, are you haunted?
You know,
just walking around the house at night.
My dad would find things to do, and I'll be like
active at night time, bro. Like, I'm a night owl, but I'm also a morning person.
When I was little, I used to think it was fun because I want to be awake with daddy.
Funny,
but when you get older,
find your bed, you psycho, bro.
Exactly that. When you get older, I'm like, why's my dad up at this time?
But then, for example, like especially with what's my trainer for? Yeah, I remember Arnold was at mine. He was like, so been around my dad too. My dad's that type of dad. If you're around him. Like, man, them were like, oh, your dad's mad cool. You're like, It's cool to the general person because it's like, bro, your dad's man them. I was like, don't really want man them for a dad. Like, but okay, it's not for you, innit? No. Fucking Peter Pan. I got Peter Pan. You don't get dads. Okay. Right, yeah. And then,
Forever young.
let's go, Wendy. You know what I mean? Like, and then, she's dying, bro. Flipping out. And then,
it sounds all so familiar. That's what
and then we were like, and then obviously he was around my mum. AC was around my mum, and he was like, "Fam, if you didn't have the quick-wittedness, of both your parents, there'll be something wrong." I goes, "You couldn't help but be able to cuss people with your parents." I said, "There you go, bruv." But no, it happens. I think obviously, especially when you're older as well, whether you're a parent or not, you do pick up the nuances of parenting from your friends and family members. For example, like I always make jokes that when I do become a parent, I know my parenting style already. Everyone's like, oh, you can't just say that. I know it because I've near enough raised most of my siblings. And you also, everyone kind of picks from the parenting style in which you have. So I'm still going to raise my children as Black Caribbean kids. I'm not raising my children as Black British kids because my younger siblings ain't got no blood clot manners. But but it's all love. They're just raised different. But I think you have to take the nuances. Even when I look at my niece and my nephew and how my older sister raised them, it's still the archetype of how my mum raised us, but it's modernized, it's tweaked, and my sister's a lot more hot-headed. So if my nephew does something mad and she starts bugging out, I'm just like, I look at my life. Yeah. But I don't do it in her face. Like, that's mad. Like, it's just like, kind of thing. But I think it's more so like, I always make jokes saying my parenting style will be the Caribbean way of how I was raised, mixed with my wife and kids way, which would be like
I've always thought that
the evilest lesson, the best lesson, and in the evilest possible way. But I think everyone has their own ways, and you kind of have to kind of know that half your personality and half your partner's personality is merged together. Like your daughter's vibes, bro.
Yeah,
and I ain't seen her in like 3 years. She's vibes.
I see, just like that. When that style that you're talking about makes it to a way where you never. And like for me, I have never had to hit my child in 10 years.
How old is she now?
10.
I'll give it 4 years.
10.
You know why I say that? You know I say this, and everyone looks at me strange when I say this. You think 0 to 10 is fine? Wait till they're teenagers. Look, I've just had to live with the 3 teenage siblings that, like, well, Kyone's 20 now. You lot have met Kyone. You see the 2 siblings that are still in their teens? My brother Zane, perfect. Taylor, long day.
Yeah, look, and the thing is, sometimes her mum will be like, "Listen, you need to have a word with your child because she's getting a bit saucy with me." I'm like, "Oh,
I love it. It's my child. It's my child.
It's my child now, isn't it? Oh, okay, okay." She don't get saucy with me at all because she knows better. But it's just being able to talk.
But it's easier with boys. I think my problem is as well with brothers. With boys, it's easier to manage because you were once at that age. Like I've got friends who are like, "Oh, I want to have kids. I want to have boys." Because boys are easier than girls. I said, let me be clear when I say this to you. Unless you know how to negate energy, like a boy's energy, you're going to be pissed. My friend has twin boys. Yeah. If you don't know how to destroy the energy when they're in routine to go sleep, you're getting it.
Let's go.
You're getting boof, bath, bing, dirty walls.
And it's just repetitive, like just on it. Just
boys is.
Why don't you wash your ass?
Discipline-wise, you do have to tell them more.
You don't.
Walking around your dirty ass.
That's a boy.
Boys when they're younger are more like they're more like rough around the edges. But a lot of my friends who have girl children, 0 to 10 for boys are harder. 11 upwards is fine. If they're a routine and and they're fine, it's a lot easier. With girls and teenage girls, yeah. I know you understand this. Imagine it's you, for example, you and your partner in the house, for example, yeah, and you have 2 girls, and there's a 2 or 3 year gap between them all, and your partner's the only man in the house. It's a long day for him the most.
Yeah.
I would say that, but with me and my sister, it was never that bad with my mum and my dad. But then my mum laid down the law.
By the way, we're talking about modern kids. We're not talking about you lot in the 90s and the late 80s,
that's true, you
bro.
know?
Yeah,
do you know
social media plays a part now, boy.
But,
And their friends.
yeah, and like Reece said, and I say this all the time, I'm like, I know exactly how I'm going to raise my kids, and I'm going to raise them in a certain way. Because I have taught junior teenage kids like cheerleading and stuff. And I see how they grow up and their mannerisms, and I'm like, you can see why some of the kids are like this. I'm not saying all blame the parents, but you can just see they get certain allowances that I probably am just going to think to myself, you can't shield and you can't over-discipline them, but there are certain things my child's going to know.
Yeah,
you can, but
I was shielded for a very long time, and I still turned out normal,
this whole fucking social media thing, you're not having it. Yeah, you don't. Why are you on social media?
Still my friends.
Yeah, I don't care. You see your friends, you can call your friends, you can go. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to be the odd one out.
I don't care.
But then I think the also thing you have to understand as well, as we get older.
Don't thank me for it.
As we get older, we also have to adapt with technology, and we also have to adapt with social media platforms, because ultimately, like, we need to understand, like, it's like telling your parents now what's a Snapchat, chat of Snap, like what's a. You know what I mean? Even like their aunties and them not when you're talking about WhatsApp and that, they love it. Like, we have to be very.
I'm dealing with that with my mum at the moment. She's just got her first smartphone, and she's now talking to people.
My dad
on
would
WhatsApp
send me bare stupidness, man.
No, my dad. That's what I'm saying. My dad's so bad because it's not even like he don't know how to use social media. Oh, he knows how to. I've actually had to be like, Dad, I'm gonna block you on Facebook just because I don't use it. So I don't need to have you on Facebook. Like, you have WhatsApp, and that's bad enough.
Well, you don't want to be my friend?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, why haven't you?
My friend in real life, bro. Go away, bro.
Yeah, like, stop it. Because then what he does is so embarrassing, because my friends will follow him, and then he'll be like, he'll send something on Facebook, and then he'll tag, sorry, I don't know why I did that.
It's
then
15
he'll tag
episodes.
Me.
Keep the mic near your mouth.
Man. Then he'll tag
Talking
me
the mic, the man.
And then, like, my friends would want to comment, and I'm just like, and then you like then get in conversation with my friends on the thread. I'm like, this is not cool. No,
you're burning.
No, don't do that. I've seen other people's parents be 10 times worse. Like, other people's parents are on fucking Instagram Live.
Oh, hell
chatting to man.
Oh, my God.
Hell no.
No.
And that was episode 85 of the Different Shows.
One more
That's
thing.
how bad it
you
is.
had.
Yeah, I did.
Pick your favourite question that you had.
I dropped my phone in there.
You still didn't pick it up, rotted. Pick your favourite question and we'll quickly answer it.
Wedding?
Might be your one.
Mine.
Might be the wedding day one.
Some of them are some of them are quick to answer. So
and some we'll do next episode.
Just screenshot them and we use them.
I didn't. Oh yeah, there we go. So we've got. So we do have.
Pound that cake.
Yeah, let's do that question. So weddings.
Cake. Pound cake. Hey, yo.
Hey, you're spreading the seed there, boy. Anyway, Katie, what you said?
Anyway, weddings.
That's
are
good.
they worth the money, or are
Back
they
again.
overrated?
Nigel Powers, relax.
Are they worth it? Yes.
Well, speaking to the man that has been married before.
Are they worth it? Yes. Are they overrated?
You're a travelled sailor, bro.
But you can speak to someone who wants to get married.
Back in my sailor days. Yeah. Are they overrated?
Part of Rihanna's
No.
Navy.
Are they?
But you were pissed.
But you know what it is? It's the extravagance that's thrown into it that makes it feel overrated, because
it's also worse for him. He's Nigerian, so you have to do the traditional wedding and the normal.
Yeah, and the proper thing, and sometimes I've been to ones where the traditional is just as much as the actual official wedding. So I think the reason that people say it's overrated is the amount of that people put into it these days, and how mad people go in, like the videos you see and the setup and the dance routines and
Yeah, but even without there having been traditional weddings, I think people say they're overrated because the money side of it, and just because, oh, why do you need to get married to do the like?
Yeah, but then that goes into the question of, do you want a wedding or do you want a marriage?
That's what I'm saying. If you just want a marriage,
do you want a wedding or a marriage? If you've got money, to put aside for the most lavishest of weddings,
I'll put it towards a house.
And you do wait. If you've got money to throw the most lavish of weddings, and also put your money towards a house and start your future and have enough for all that, ball out,
do your thing.
But if it's either or you're calculating how much we're going to take out of the house fund to put in the wedding fund, not marriage, the wedding fund, then
the brown money. Scraping every penny for the wedding.
Have a wedding in your means.
But people don't live within
their means. Have a wedding in your means.
That's another thing. You can actually have a wedding within your means. And some people do, some people don't.
Bro,
I've seen people.
I know for a fact, my wedding will be small because I don't like that much people.
I'm extravagant, so I would probably want.
Yeah, we know this.
You seen your birthday, you were extra, bro.
You have cheerleaders and everything, innit?
On my wedding, nah.
I would have a lot of people. She'll have Toros and Clovers, bruv.
And sip and paint.
She'll have Toros, the Clovers. And the paint sippers.
This ain't no fucking zoo. What do you mean cheerleaders? No, my wedding would just be nice. It would be classy.
So cheerleaders are animals now.
Have cheerleaders at wedding. It will look like no.
But you have sip and paint.
Cheerleaders who come to my wedding will be guests that are my friends that are cheerleaders, not performing.
Mark did that with excellent
circus monkeys
with the sauce.
Excellent finish. Excellent finish.
Thank you for the free ball.
Mo Salah.
Excellent finish.
Mo Salah.
I have cheerleader friends, yeah. But no, it would just be a big wedding. Not like overly big, but I'm saying it would be naturally big because...
Was that obvious?
That would be two big families.
What's her name?
I said cheerleader friends.
Shake your pom-poms.
I've been in the game for
Hello Cocos.
many years.
Wait, Hello Cocos.
What's your name?
And Chloe's. No, that's us done.
We got time for one more.
Quickly.
I'm not going to answer that, Mark.
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
Someone said, we want to hear more about Mr. O's sex stories. We can probably go into that next time.
All right, so there was one time I was at a sex party in
and this was episode 85 of the Differentstrokespodcast. I've been rocking Reese. To my left been O. This has been KDR.
Let him land.
No,
quickly, land.
We'll save that for the next one.
Oh, you're going to tease him. Cliffhanger.
Tease me, baby.
Oh, I'll tell that story before. That was fun. That was a fun time.
Details in the description below on all of your favorite social media websites, Instagram. I think we might start TikTok soon if Kadia sorts it out. You can find us on YouTube, my favorite app. I've been Raw Talk Reese. To my left has been...
Tease me with your love until I lose control.
To his left's been The Rambles of K. And across from me has been Two Drinks. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there before them not start doing weird shit. Blessings. Blessings and have a nice week.
Be at peace.